Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I am Ian.
And this is our Tuesday night Strength and Swings class, semester 6.
Get these numbers right, Lauren.
Week
Get these numbers right.
5. Thanks for joining us over the past year where we've been progressing our kettlebell skills. Tonight we'll get started with a body weight warm-up and then continue on to our kettlebell practice, which always includes our favorite, the get-ups, as well as some swing clean combos to come tonight. It's going to be a good time. So stay tuned. Let's get started.
And we'll get right to the floor, but first those quick feet warm-ups for those lunges. So get to the balls of the feet, knee forward. Just push that elevated heel foot forward as you pull the other one backwards. Then just find a quick rise on both and come down. And do the same thing. Push that elevated foot forward and back, feeling the muscle tension here. Repeating again, a quick rise, and then back down to a flat foot and one heel off. This time, push your flat foot forward as you pull the high heel back. And for one more time, let's come up to those 2 points, back down, same commitment here to pull back on that flat foot. Now let's just find one more quick rise. You might have to tiptoe around, and could you do that with your eyes closed? And then slowly return feet to the floor.
Look it.
You got it? Awesome. Right there, making those simple things challenging. Let's get those knees towards over the toes, and let's just descend right away to the floor. Quietly, get the knees to the ground, those hips extend through. Now the head and neck as we do our wrist warm-up as well. So we're hinging on the hips, land fingers, calluses, hands. Typical cues again are wide open hands, blood donations forward or turned out from the shoulder. And before we manipulate the wrist too much more, at the head neck, look forward, extension, and then tuck a chin as if to hold an apple between your chin and your sternum. Repeating again, extension or forward, and then flexion, chin tuck. Now keep those elbows straight as you do those first knuckle push-ups. Palms might leave the floor, and then control back down. Repeating again, aiming to create tension between the fingertips and the callus lines on the floor. And if you did that one or two more times, push the floor away so much, push the hips through. Think of the top of the swing or that kettlebell clean today as the hips are forward and the rib cage is down. Now chip chop on those hips with sideways facing fingers, so a quarter rotation there. And at the head neck, a lateral bend, so that means ear towards shoulder. As we do that again here, the head moves just a little and the neck almost not at all. Repeating one more time each side, create stability at the neck and the mobility of the head to turn on the neck and then back to center. Now I'll push towards Lauren and then I'll push away from Lauren to move towards Lauren. So it's that opposite action reaction. I'll push one way and go the other and around. And this is a useful skill for our handstand practice as well, as much as that rooting idea in the floor. Now, let's go hands out front. With the shoulder blades lightly retracted, same thing. Fists or flat fingers, but press the hips forward, safely cramping glutes, and wear that rib cage down. You might already feel those shields of abs. One more hand position here. This time it is on those peace sign knuckles. So, hinge on the hips. First, head, neck, rotation. Look towards over a shoulder, then looking through the ground, creating nice gentle arcs. Other way. And one more time each. And are you still safely and heavily placed on those peace sign knuckles, that first and second knuckle? And then look at the floor. Now open one set of fingers and gently flex over the wrist. Lauren's sideline looks the best for that. And then push into the floor to create the strength to return. Arm meet, when that kettlebell is resting on the forearm, it doesn't always feel so awesome. So doing exercises like this, one more time each, allows us to get not just flexible, but to have strength on those forearm extensors. It also aims to help your push-up. Then push through, and this is the last movement for me. This will be a conventional position as we go into our practice today, that rack position. Hallmarks include pushing the pinkies towards the ceiling, vertical forearms, and retracted shoulder blades. For 10 more seconds, are you cramping your glutes? Is the rib cage on the hips? Hold it for a second, then gently let go. Shake it all about, and over to Lauren for the extension of the warm-up.
Excellent. Let's have those toes tucked back behind us. We're going to start from the top here as we rock back to find the feet and then the heels and then press through to tall. We'll warm up those lunges for our get up today. Let's do our warm up today right away with our kettlebell. Doesn't that sound like fun? Good. Grab your bell and we're going to pull it up into that goblet position. So standing over top of your bell, pull to rack, goblet hold, pull to goblet hold. Feet underneath. This could be a light bell, it could be the bell you're working with, it's up to you. We're gonna step back in that lunge. We're just gonna do a slow descent down. So take your time, pulling the front leg in, sending the back hip forward, soft landing. Now let's stay here, try to pull the bell apart, engaging those lats. Hover the back knee off the floor for 3, 2, soft landing. One more time. We're gonna hover the leg off the floor, hold. Drive that front leg heavy down. Drive the back hip forward. Soft landing. This time up together. And then let's put that bell down for a second. Whew, shake it out. Good, all that tension in that upper body. And then zip it, hold it. Other leg steps back. Slowly pull yourself down. Take your time. Soft landing. Then, keeping the cage over the hips, push forward and back, hover off the floor for 3, 2, land. Again, hover off the floor. Hold. Did we go all the way up last time?
We did 3 of them.
Land. This time we hovered and we pulled the bell apart and then we landed softly and now it's up together. Use your hinge, place it down. Whew, that warmed up my grips.
That turned on the sweat.
It warmed up my heart and it warmed up my legs. So thanks for that.
Sounds good.
We'll get a little bit of a overhead mobility going and then we'll get into our first get up. Let's do a quick spin around to that arm. With either in standing position, a lunging position, or a tall kneel, let's take a single arm, lightly shrug the shoulder up, and then gently pull the shoulder down. You don't have to pull it down so much that you get this tippy angle, but you're just pulling it down to lock in that lat. With a nice straight arm, we'll reach the arm towards your safe overhead. If your arms are bulging out of your shirt, adjust your sleeve as it comes towards overhead. Straighten your elbow. Then from here, cage is down. Shoulders square to the front of the room. Start reaching the arm around. Try to lead with the elbow pit as you start rotating in on the humerus. So you're gonna spin so much in the socket that your baby finger is gonna end up forward and your palm faces away. Now let's lightly shrug the shoulder, retract it, and then gently pull it down. Again, not too far. Straight elbow, arm reaches towards the back of the room. Only as far as you can without twisting. Then again, start the spin of the humerus in the socket. It's pretty funny. And it opens up, comes back towards overhead, straight arm. Don't cheat that like I did. Then pull the straight arm back down to the side. Give that a little shake and wiggle. If it felt great, excellent. If it didn't feel so great, make your circle smaller. Don't make it a painful circle. Lightly shrug up, pull down. Not too far down, but just right. Straight elbow towards overhead. Adjust for bicep room. Straighten elbow, stay square. Start spinning the pit open. Reaching around you, but staying square to the front of the room. Spin and spin and spin so baby ends up forward. Palm faces away, elbow remains straight. Shoulder lightly elevates, retracts, lightly depresses. Elbow stays straight, reach into shoulder extension. Hold for a second. Square up. Keep the shoulder blade low as the arm starts to open up. That's a tricky spot. And then bring it all the way back towards overhead. Straight elbow as you bring it back down to your side. If that felt great, that's a good indication we can go overhead in our get-ups and our presses. If it felt a little gnarly, you might want to be aware of that position. Maybe using the bell in that rack, only doing some half get-ups, just paying attention to your overhead position.
We practice safe strength, and safe strength starts from the ground up, and that's why, among many reasons, why we enjoy the get up. So
let's get down.
Further ado,
let's get down to get up.
Let's get down.
But on our way up, or on our way down, surprise, we're going to do a quick plank. So let's use our hip hinge. Walk ourselves out to our high plank position and hold. Hands are underneath, shoulders, butt cheeks are squeezed, abs are braced. Pull the floor down. I like this position for a couple reasons, but mainly we're going to be swinging later, and this is the top of our swing. So let's hold for 5 more seconds with high tension. 3, to adjust your hands into a push-up position, which might be slightly wider than they were in. Shift your weight slightly forward, lock in your shoulders, and slowly descend in
Nice
your
looking
push-up all the way down.
I didn't listen. I'm a bad student today, and that's okay.
Pay attention, everyone.
Are we breaking down the get up like we talked about?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, then I'll let Lauren explain.
Excuse me, just making myself here.
Make
All right.
yourself comfortable.
Let's get down and let's get into our first get up routine. So if you listen, you'll know what to do. Cuddle, roll,
Partial get ups here.
press. We're going to ladder our first one, warming up our half get up here. So first set up. We're going to our elbow, pausing for a second, returning to your back. Push away from your elbow. Good. Now use your hip drive, get back to your elbow. Then squish the bug in the floor, packing your bottom shoulder, return to your elbow, return to your back. One more time, one more move. Elbow drive, squish bug. Now we're going to bridge and just hold a high bridge for 3, 2, then bum down, elbow back, press away from your elbow, return to the floor, 2 hands on bell, cuddle, shake it out. Repeat on the other side.
Cool.
Whew.
Partial get ups to that hip bridge just prior to the sweep. So start with your cuddle and roll with those 2 hands and press. Set up just the way you like it so you can drive off the hip and pull on the elbow and then return to the ground with control. Repeating again, adding on is the hip drive, followed by a tall sit. Then find the elbow, down like that plank tension we practiced. And for the one more time here, it's our hip extension drive, our tall sit, and just a nice, big, powerful bridge. Hold it, control the descending phase, find the elbow, return to your back. I still like those 2 hands, returning it to the cuddle. And as usual, the no-handed standing up phase of that. Right on. Today's combination at the end will be part of a swing, clean, and press. So right now, let's work on our swings. I go, you go, or just together.
We are going to do my favorite drill, nicknamed the Aladdin drill.
Ooh.
1 hike pass, 2 stop swings, 3
come on, you
continuous.
gotta sing it.
We made up a song earlier, but I don't know if Ian's brave enough to sing it with his microphone on.
Ooh, I'll sing it.
1 hike,
Right to the groin, 2 stops for the core, 3 swings, now you're ready for more. Woo! Doesn't that stick?
ready?
Or at
Let's
least
do it
stands
together.
out. Let's do it together, okay.
Hip hinge, grip bell, pull to zipper, park. Now 2 stop swings, 1 full swing through, bell goes down. Repeat. And stop. This time 3 in a row. Bell goes down, up without. Give that a little shake and wiggle. Check in. Plank tension at the top, just like you did in the warm-up. Hike. Park. Stops for 2. Park. And 3 continuous. Hip drive, chest tight, off arm swinging with you. Bell goes down.
Gets the heart rate going again. So breathe with those swings and relax when you're done. It's get ups again, this time from the top down. I thought.
We're gonna warm up the cleans first, but that's okay.
Next set.
We can do it right now. Let's stand over top of that bell and we'll warm up our clean right here with a chi clean. So over top of our bell, using our hinge to pull to rack, as long as it feels okay, press that belt overhead. Here we go all the way down, leg you can touch. Step to open, rotate hinge. Stack shoulders, then sweep. Find the elbow, press away to your back. Keep the bell up, come back up. Elbow, squish, bridge sweep, press away, square up. Both legs help you up, and then control the bell. 2 hands on, tight to the body, place it back down. Same thing, second side.
Let's do it. So standing over top, Lauren called that our cheek clean. So use those 2 hands to rack, single press overhead, and t-shirt adjustments for microphone or bicep related issues. And then from there, open in the hinge, find the ground, sweep through into that tall sit, We'll find the elbow and now push off the elbow to the ground. Stay loaded, drive the hip, coming back up. That's the elbow to tall sit, a bridge and a sweep. Press the floor away, square up, tall stand, and with control, return to the rack and then to the ground. So feel free to go back to the one arm swing progression or just replicate some of those cheat cleans or follow along as together we do one hike to the zipper, 2 cleans to the core, right back again, and we'll do 3.
That's right. So 1 hike, 2 stop cleans, 3 continuous. Standing behind your bell, use your hinge, hike, park, place it down. 1 clean to the rack, use your hips, keep it tight to the body, park it back on the floor. Repeat, pull, zip, tight to the body, park. Now 3 continuous, don't put the bell down, pull. Rack through the legs, back to rack. Use your hip hinge every time. Keep the bell tight to the body. Park with control.
Whew.
Up without.
Nice.
Remembering that clean is just a swing that ends in the rack position. So we have a light grip, we're punching through, and we're using our hips. Same thing, second side. Hike, park. 2 stops, pull. Clean, through. Park, the bell will jump a little bit in your hand as you guide it into the rack and guide it back down. 3 continuous. Tight, both hips drive through. 2, off arm swings with you. 3, park.
Nice.
Super duper.
One more get up. One more get up.
One more get up.
From the down up, from the up down. So let's get down. Let's stop confusing ourselves. Come on down to the ground. We got 1 get up, all the way down on both sides. It's a cuddle. Grip the bell. Take your breath to prepare. And on your back. Now drive the hip. Sit tall. Heavy tension pushing into the floor to rise and bridge. And then push the floor away. Assemble in your lunge. Tall stand. And repeating down with control. Lunge. Open that windmill hinge. Then sweep through, find the elbow, and return to your back. 2 hands down to the floor. Whew, taking a little recovery breath there. And Lauren will cue us one last time in the get up here today.
The get up, it's so fun. You get up, you get down. Second side, cuddle, roll, press, elbow first. Hip drive, pull, hand squish. Shoulder stays packed, bridge. Sweep, we're looking at our bell until here as we square up to the front of the room. Both hips and step back down. Open up, looking at the bell as we hinge underneath of it. Sweeping to the elbow, pushing away, lats, lats, lats. 2 hands, bell comes down. Stand up, no hands, differently than the last time.
Pistols. If you like seeing that pistol squat and want to work on those skills, join us on our Saturday morning live or archive practice, working on hand balances and single leg strength skills like that pistol right there.
All right, it's combo time as promised here tonight. And tonight's combo is brought to you by a single arm swing, a clean, and a press. We are going to do the numbers 1, 2, and 3. And it's going to be, I do 1s on both sides. And then Team Ian does 1s on both sides, 2s and 2s. So we're working both hands and then taking a little break. Remember, you're either going with one of us or you're resting. So pick a team.
So if you know what's going on, you're on Team Lauren. It's going to be 1 swing out front, then zip up that coat, ending up in a clean and a press. Return it to rack, hike pass on the down to the floor. Stand up, check in, same thing, other side. 1 swing with a long arm out front. 1 clean, flexed elbow, that full body tension press, and return it to the floor. If you're active with Lauren, you enjoy your rest. And if you weren't, let's do it together here.
So it starts with a swing, and then it goes through and becomes a clean. And then you press out of that. Great, pulling the bell back down. Right now we're doing our place down, switch of hands. It's safer, gives you a second to reset.
Woo, don't do that.
And to think.
Here we go.
And to focus on what you're doing. Clean and press. All right, On this next round, we are going to the number 2. We are going to do that by doing swing, swing, clean, clean, press, press. You may notice in my presses with 2 in a row, I do adjust my feet. This is allowed.
Allowed. But for 2 repetitions, it's the straight arm out front. Now for 2 repetitions, it's that hike pass to the rack. And now for 2 repetitions, adjust your feet as you need, 2 presses. Or just hold it for time and tension in that rack position. That's the one side. Now it's time for the other. Adjust your stance as you need. 2, that's the number 2 right there out front. Then 2 into that rack position. And once it's there, make yourself comfortable and strong and do 2 repetitions of our overhead press. Always strong on that side of the room. Let's see if we can do the same thing here.
Whew, with lots of tension. So now we are taking a break. Team Ian is doing 2 here. And he's on his second clean. And then 2 presses. It's up to you whether you adjust your stance. But if you're going to, make it purposeful. Take a step. Don't do this like wiggledy-piggledy kind of dance move. Higgledy-piggledy.
Focus here. Okay,
sorry,
focus here.
no
2
jokes.
swings.
Oh,
sorry, Figgy.
This poor girl.
That's okay.
Every class this semester. Oh, apologize. Somebody told us you should do that to give it some carbon dioxide, so I occasionally breathe.
I'll move my bell so I don't get in trouble, but I still feel safe. Believe it or not, Figgy's gonna be all right. And now it's 3 repetitions with the long arm out front. So 3 one-arm swings. Then after that, it's gonna be 3 repetitions to the clean. Zip up that coat. You might hear that kettlebell jump in your own hand. And now up to 3 repetitions of our press. Yep. Here's 2. That fist to the side, the full body tension, always checking in and parking. A lot of reps right there. Take a second, reassess, and again, we're doing 3. Feel free to do 1 or none and just keep learning and refining that practice. That's 3 swings, now 3 cleans. The last one will end up in the rack position and then overhead. The armpit stays low as you're driving those pinky knuckles in, most importantly, to the ceiling. That's 3. There go is our rest, and that means it's time for us to get going. 3.
3 swings here for Team Ian. We are shaking it out. Lots of tension. Shake out the arms. Shake out the legs. Shake out the abs. That's tough. And watch as he does 3 presses here. Vertical forearm. Again, like he said, driving through those pinkies as we go and trying to maintain that tight to the body on the down. Parking, shaking, adjusting, 3 again. Clear the plants. 2, playing tension at the top. 3, still playing tension with the abs. Still keep the abs braced on the down and try not to lose your hinge as we do more reps. Hips still reach back. Finish these presses though with the hips through the strong base. Last one here, we're at the peak of the pyramid and we're gonna tear that back down. Coming now to 2 reps again.
Rest, shake it out. It's 2 straight arms on the swing. Make sure the shoulder blades are retracted. 2 rack positions, ensuring the forearm's vertical when it gets there. So up next, we can press for those 2 repetitions all the way up. Take your breath. A little sigh, a little shake. Aims to stay nice and relaxed in between and practice what Lauren has said, that high tension plank, the high tension movements here. Just stay strong in the core and safe when that bell's starting to go overhead. That's already 2. So let's address our bells if we were resting and repeat. 2, 2, and 2.
2, 2, and 2. 2 swings. 2 cleans, tight to the body. Cleans are awkward. I'll be the first to admit that. So keep practicing them. Light grip, but firm grip. Tight to the body as you place it down. If you're getting a herky-jerky landing on that clean.
Oh, the other side.
If you're getting a little bit of that herky-jerky landing on the clean, sometimes it's good if somebody stands in front of you.
Oh, you're brave.
Or places an arm out, and you have to pretend you're cleaning in an alleyway. A person probably isn't best. A mat or a curtain is probably better, but trust is strong here.
Yeah. So out front with the shoulder pad for 1, then in tight, like doing up your coat, and 1 press overhead, and that's it. Nice little ladder, pyramid as we go up to that 3. And we're back down to 1. Long arm swing, 1 flexed arm clean, and then a press. They go, now we go. One last time.
All right, team Ian, finish it out nice and strong. 1 of each. Feet are rooted. Good. And even hinge when you place the bell down. That should land softly. One more time. It's a swing setup. Pack shoulder, chin tucked slightly at the top. A good old-fashioned press. And then bow down.
Nice.
Now, you know what would be fun?
I was waiting for the surprise for today's session. Please tell me what would be fun.
Surprise, surprise. We are going to do that combo just once. So we're going to do a swing. We're going to do a clean. We're going to do a press. Then we're going to do a full get up down and a full get up back up.
Nice.
Place the bell down and
Good
repeat
finish.
on the second side. I thought so. That's why I surprised you. All right, here we go. Hip hinge, grip tip, 1 swing,
Oops.
1 clean, 1 press. Now who's in La La Land tonight? Step back lunge, open up, rotate hinge, sweep, elbow to your back. Keep the bell up, come back to standing through the get up pattern where we squish the bug. Bridge sweep, press through, square up, pull the bell down, unclean it. So through and park. I don't know if unclean is the technical term, but seemed appropriate there.
Yeah. Unrack. Through the clean.
Unrack. Declean.
Declean. Declutter.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you remember?
1 swing. This is for me, not to speak to anyone else like that. 1 swing. Here we go. Hi-ya. Then a clean. And then a press. And a slow, controlled lunge. Then an open windmill hinge and find the hip and find the floor and sit tall. Then find the elbow and counterbalance to the ground. Drive the hip up. Tall sit next, then a bridge. Sweep the leg. Press the floor away. Square up the lunge. Tall stand and pull yourself down. Return to the ground and shake it out. Awesome.
That was good.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like
What a
that.
great time we had in week 5 tonight.
In the
Thanks
books.
for joining. 30 minutes, very efficient, very consistent. Until next time, we go to the other side of the room on Thursday where we practice our bar skills for hip strength to help our lunges, to help our life. And then on Saturday, it's body weight time where we play, we roll, and we crawl, and we
And
work
those
towards
pistols.
our pistol squat and our handstands.
That's right.
Until then, check out our
Website, subscribe to our newsletter, support us on Patreon, or just send us an email to say hello. And if you enjoyed this practice, subscribe, like, share to this YouTube channel. We appreciate your attendance here today at the Bars and Bells Strength and Swings exercise practice, and we look forward to doing it again.
Until next time, take care,
Stay strong.
and let's trace nude.
Have a nice day.
Goodbye.